Welcome to the Copywriting Campus. My name is Professor Andrew Bass. I'm going to be the one who's going to be guiding you through this process, teaching you the skill, and helping you make a bunch of money. Now, if you're like most people who have joined the Copywriting Campus, you're asking yourself a very important question right now. What the heck is copywriting, and how is it going to make me a bunch of money? Most of you, when you were 4, you said you wanted to grow up to be an astronaut. Most of you did not say, I want to be a copywriter. So what is copywriting? Let's keep it very simple. You can think of copywriting as simply digital marketing. I'm going to teach you the skill that will allow you to help businesses increase their sales. I'm going to show you how to plan out the marketing that they need to do, how to actually create the marketing assets they need to launch, how to launch those things, and help a business increase their sales. Now, you're going to apply this in one of two different ways. One, you might launch your own business. So you're going to take something that you already have, a business or a skill. You're going to use the skill of copywriting to help you secure all of your sales by creating your online digital marketing. The other option is if you don't have an existing business to grow or you haven't launched one yet, you're going to take this skill and you're going to go partner with existing businesses and you're going to help them increase their sales. That's essentially what copywriting is and essentially the process you're going to be going through inside of this campus. You might also be asking yourself, who's this Andrew guy and why should I listen to him? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I grew up in Texas. I went to university to study entrepreneurship and I dropped out as soon as I realized that most of my professors had never run a business in their life. It was kind of shocking. So I went off, instead of learning at a university, I went out and worked at several different startups, several different companies. I did basically everything under the sun. I've worked as a designer, as a web developer. I've worked in sales. I worked in marketing. I did quite a bit of different things at different corporations over the course of several years. Then I launched my own businesses, started running those. Some did really well. Some did just, let's say, average. Eventually, I had one that was running right at the beginning of COVID. They got completely killed when the supply chain was disrupted. I was partnering with a lot of drop shipping companies. And when COVID came out, it killed the supply chain between the United States and China, which resulted in their companies drying up and my company drying up as a result. So I needed to go make some money. At that time, I was married, had 2 kids, got 3 now. At the time of this filming, I had 2 kids and I needed to put food on the table. So I took some of my existing sales and marketing skills, doubled down and learned sort of the rest of the things I'm going to be teaching you here inside of this course and learned the skill of copywriting. I then went out and started partnering with some businesses, launched some small marketing campaigns, got them some good results, turned around and used those testimonials and case studies to get bigger and better companies and worked my way up very quickly, had replaced my previous income from my previous business and was doing just fine for myself. I eventually worked my way into a couple of high profit share deals. You know, if they earned $100 in profit, I would make 50% of that. So $50. Had a couple of these different deals, and you can obviously do the math. I took these companies and scaled them up to the moon using the tactics I'm going to teach you, which you can do the math. If I made $50 for every $100 I earned for them via my digital marketing and copywriting, you can imagine how much I earned when their sales went up by 10 million or 100 million. Suffice to say, did very well for myself. At that point, I was inside of the war room and I was helping out some of my fellow members in the war room, giving them some advice, teaching them some of the basics of copywriting just as a thank you and as a way to help out. At that point, the Tates reached out to me and invited me to come and become a part of this thing they were launching called The Real World. And I happily accepted because I respect the Tates quite a bit and owe them quite a bit for all that they have taught and helped me do in my life. So fast forward to today, here we are. I've helped thousands and thousands of people make their first money and escape the matrix by the same skill of copywriting that I use myself. So that is who I am and why you should listen to me. Let's talk about the steps you're going to go through to go from where you are now to earning a bunch of money and escaping the matrix via copywriting. The first thing that's going to happen from basically at the end of this video is I'm going to start teaching you the basics of marketing. You're going to learn the very, very basics. You're going to learn about something called funnels, which are a series of marketing assets, essentially the marketing campaign you put together to funnel new customers into any business on the planet. You can learn how to engineer those and design those very quickly. You're also going to learn some of the deep human psychology that prompts people to buy and how to leverage that into the different types of marketing assets you'll be creating for these businesses. When you learn the things I'm going to teach you there, that deep human psychology, your ads, your content, your web pages will be so, let's call them psychoactive. It will compel people to buy. It'll be like you sink these hooks into the deep subconscious parts of their brain and pull them into the sale. It's frankly a superpower that you're going to learn very quickly here inside the campus. I then also go on to show you how to use AI tools to write copy faster and more efficiently than anyone else. There is a stupid way to use AI, which is what most business owners and what most people do when they try and use AI. And then there's a sophisticated way to use AI. I teach you that superior method, which allows you to turn around and use AI to generate copy that is better than what 99.9% of human beings on the planet can do by themselves. And then I take it a few steps further. I then teach you a few of those advanced elements of psychology, some of the ways to add a little bit of an extra human touch, which makes your copy even better. So now, not only are you writing copy better than 99% of humans on the planet, but you also are writing copy better than what any machine can generate. In short, turns you from whatever you are right now into a marketing badass very quickly. And that's the process. Once you've learned the basics, I'm going to then help you get your first client. I have a system that allows you to find a willing client in about 24 to 48 hours once you start the client acquisition process. I have it all outlined and show you how to go about it, exactly what to say, who to reach out to, so you can get a starter client very, very quickly and begin doing your copywriting. Then I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to help you every step of the way as you crush it for that first client. Step number one, you're going to sit down with this business owner and you're going to ask them some very simple questions. And you're going to ask them these questions in order to find out what mistakes they're making with their marketing. And you're going to use these questions to uncover the winning strategy that's going to help this business double, triple, or 10x their sales. Now, you don't have to worry about this process. I give you the exact questions. I show you exactly what you need to do. And I give you an entire library of successful campaigns that you can steal from. I make it extremely easy for you to find exactly what needs to happen. So step one, you're going to sit down with the business owner, discuss what they need, discover the winning strategy. Step number two, after you've figured out the winning strategy, you're going to pull up Google Docs. You're going to pull up some ChatGPT. You're going to pull up a few other AI tools and a few other things. And you're going to follow a very defined process that I call the winner's writing process. That's going to allow you to create and plan out and actually write all of the words and plan all the videos and every part of this marketing funnel, this marketing experience that you've engineered for this customer to help them grow their sales. Not only am I going to show you this entire process, but there are resources inside the real world to where you get a bunch of help, especially on that first project. You can have experienced copywriters give you feedback, show exactly what you're doing wrong, and help you every step along the way. Essentially, it's not just you writing this copy for your first client, but it's dozens of other students inside the real world helping you out. So you can make sure that first piece of copy that you provide for your client is as good as possible. Step number three, after you've created this copy and refined it inside of the campus, you then launch this marketing campaign to the world. You help the business owner set it up. And again, I'll walk you through that entire thing. They launch the marketing campaign. Step number four, the sales are going to start pouring in. They're going to start getting new customers more than they've ever had before. They're going to love you. They're going to look at you like a hero. And then step five, they're going to pay you a bunch of money as a result. At which point I will show you how to scale up, how to go get bigger and better clients, how to do the partnership type deals we talked about earlier, how to start your own business, et cetera, et cetera. After you have crushed it for a client with this copywriting stuff, the world is yours. You can get any type of client you want or enter any kind of industry you want and win once you understand the skill and understand the process that you're going to learn as you go through the very beginning here of the copywriting campus. You might be listening to this and wondering, okay, that sounds really cool. Andrew figured this out. Maybe he's got a couple of students that have done this, but can I do it? Is this something I can do? I want to assure you that you can. Let me show you a couple of quick examples. First, I'd like you to take a look at Joseph, and this is a win that he has shared here inside the campus. Joseph is one of my students, and he has gone on, and he is earning $1,000 days, 1K every single day. He's making that with his business, and he actually launched this one with his father. His dad was a laborer. He took his knowledge of marketing that he learned from me inside the campus, turned around and launched this business, and now he's making $1,000 a day. What is that? $365K a year? Decent win. Or take a look at Paul. Here's Paul. He's another student inside the real world. He's now running a team. He's earning $10K a month on the regular. His life is completely different because of what he's done. And he's just a normal guy. His name is Paul. Take a look at Chris. Chris is earning $30K a month. You can earn a lot of money. It's not just like I'm some lucky dude that stumbled upon a pot of money and it all worked out for me. There are dozens and dozens, hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of examples of students inside of the real world making a ton of money. You might also be asking yourself, okay, it sounds cool. How long is it going to take me to get started? I know he said it happens pretty fast. How fast is that? Again, I teach you the basics and get you that first client very quickly. And then on the back end, I help you learn the rest of the skills. But you can start making money very quickly inside of the real world, inside the copywriting campus. For example, take a look at Gordon. He joined the real world, entered the copywriting campus, and 12 hours later, he closed his 1K deal. Boom, 1K agreed on in less than 12 hours of joining the campus. I mean, you could be a similar amount of time. Obviously, Gordon went through the course pretty quickly and efficiently. If you follow the same level of urgency as he did and go through the course, learn your lessons, use the real world like he did, 1K in 12 hours is very possible. We also have other students like Diego here, 550 in the first week. Again, I show you how to get that first client so quickly. And if you use the real world to deliver for them and apply the lessons I teach you, you can earn money, start earning money very, very quickly. Some of you, and again, we're going to go through some of the common questions here. Some of you are wondering, okay, yeah, that looks cool. But maybe these guys had a whole bunch of time and they were able to do this. I go to university, or I work full time. How am I going to be able to do this with a limited amount of time? I only have like 3 hours a day. Yeah, you can still be very successful when you are freeing yourself from the matrix and learning this skill with just 2 or 3 hours a day. For example, take a look at this student. This student works a full-time job and a part-time job. So two jobs, which is probably one more than you work. And he's still making money inside the copywriting campus and is very close to quitting one or both of those jobs and going full-time. Here's another student. He's earned so much on the side while working full-time, he's going to quit as well. We have so many students, and these are some that are kind of in that middle stage, so that you can kind of see what it's like. We've got a lot of students who have earned money on the side while they were working full-time, going to university, dropped out, quit, and now are doing this full-time and earning more money than their teachers ever did as a result. You can do this, and you can do this even if you have very, very little time day to day. It's just about staying consistent and following the process. Some of you might be thinking, okay, that's all well and good. I mean, it looks like you've got these guys who are winning very well. Some of these guys are doing it while they're working. That's wonderful. But I live in some third world country or some tiny little village. How am I going to win? Am I going to be able to do this? Well, let me pull up again a few more examples of students in your situation who have been crushing it. Look, here's a student based out of India, making a ton of money from international clients. Here's another student from India, 17 years old, going to university and earning money through this skill. Let's take a look at a few examples. Here are two from one of my favorite countries to use here, and that is from Nigeria, the place where everyone thinks the scammers come from. These guys are earning money online living in Nigeria. This first student here, he is earning $1.5K per month. $1.5K USD per month in Nigeria. You're king. Here's another example, another student from Nigeria, and he's earning 2.5K a month, living like a king in Nigeria, using his internet access to earn a significant amount of money for himself. Again, out in the middle of nowhere in Nigeria. Some of you also might be concerned at this moment. You might say, okay, it sounds good. It looks like you can do it anywhere. Looks like you can do it even if you have a short amount of time. But what about me? I'm super young. I'm a teenager, or I'm too old. I've never done this before. Or I'm not as handsome as Professor Andrew. Don't worry. This has nothing to do with how good you look, how old you are. Your success in this process depends entirely on how skilled you become, how well you follow the process. Let me pull up a couple of examples of students who prove this point. Here's a student, 18 years old, 13K in the last few weeks. 13K as an 18-year-old. That's a pretty solid win for a guy who's 18 years old, barely an adult, across across the world here. Some of you might be thinking, okay, 18, that seems pretty old. What if I'm younger? Here's a 15-year-old making 4.2K USD per month. That is way better than probably his parents or any of the teachers that ever taught him in school are making. Here's another 15-year-old who's closing 1K deals back to back to back. It doesn't matter how old you all are. It only matters how good you are at this process, how devoted you are to following the lessons, developing the skill, and following the process that I teach you. This is a powerful opportunity for you to rapidly and dramatically change your life. You've been broke for a long time because you don't have skills and because you haven't found out a way to provide a lot of value in the world. But once you do, once you learn the skill of copywriting and you can show up to a business like a hero and tweak a few things, launch some new funnels, and bam, they have grown their sales by a significant amount, your life changes. You're able to do things that normal people can't. For example, look, here's Vadik. I mess up his name every single time. 100K month. 100K month. Can you imagine having 100K dropping into your bank account? Would that change your life? You can probably guess the answer, but Vadik knows because he's earned 100K using copywriting. Then there's Henry. Henry used this. He's earning 5, 6, 7, 10K every single month. And he's able to now leave. He lived in Germany. He said, I don't like it in Germany. He moved to Spain because it's sunnier and he liked it better. Because he could. Because he can work from anywhere. Because he has the skill. Because he has money coming in on the regular through copywriting. Take a look at Lucas. Lucas again. He's making 10K a month. He's a young guy. He's now traveling the world, living in luxury locations with his girlfriend, making 10K a month from his laptop and smiling and having a beautiful life because he can, because he's learned the skill, followed the process, and made a ton of money. Here's another student, Micah. This guy went out and bought his dream car. Before he turned 18, he went out and bought his dream car. He's an American muscle car aficionado like myself. He's tearing up the streets in California with this Dodge that he earned from doing copywriting, learning the skill, following the process. The same skill and process that you're about to dive into inside of the copywriting campus. Now, I hope you're excited to get started. I hope you're ready to move forward and start following the process. Your life can change, and that might sound cliche, but you've seen the examples, and as you log in and see more inside the real world, you'll see very quickly your life can change dramatically if you simply follow the process. dive in, learn the lessons, do the things I tell you to do when I tell you to do them, ask for help inside of the chats, and we're going to turn you into a marketing badass with enough money to escape the matrix and live the life of your literal dreams. Now, in the next few videos, I'm going to show you some important information. I'm going to show you how to navigate the chats. I'm going to show you how to always get help. I'm going to show you how to attend a few calls. And I'm going to show you the daily checklist, the things you need to do every single day and the process you need to follow in order to achieve all the milestones that I've laid out on this call. Your life's about to change. I will see you in the next few videos. Let's go out. Let's get it. Let's conquer.